to difficult Eastern Conference opponent. Ringing the bell before the game. This is Embiid ringing the bell during the game. Joel Embiid fading and hitting. He played wonderfully today, and Philly up 11-9 on San Antonio. The Spurs moving the ball well. Keldon Johnson ends up with it, knocks in a three-pointer. He had 21 points on the game. Then more great ball movement, and this time Devin Vassell, who had 22 on the game. He was 9 of 14 from the field. At the half, the Spurs up, it finds him, and Embiid gets the fast break lay in there. Then it's Harden finding Embiid for the jumper. These two working well together. Later, Harden finds Embiid in the post for the two-handed stuff. Embiid, 40 points, 13 rebounds, Philly up by 1. Spurs taking control late. Doug McDermott backdoor for the layup. Then Trey Jones pulls up for the mid-range jumper. And then when Devin Vassell misses, Jakob Poeltl in there for the putback layup. Later, Trey Jones gets inside and banks in a floater. The Spurs close the game on a 27-17 run. That's a 10-point margin, and they ended up with an ankle injury, so he's sitting this one out as the Pacers take on the Detroit Pistons. Jaden Ivey to Cade Cunningham, last year's #1 pick, knocks down a three. Then it's Tyrese Halliburton lobbing it up to Benedict Mathurin, and boy, he is a good one. Alley-oop layup lead. Jalen Smith off the dish from Tyrese Halliburton just goes in and stuffs it. Then it's Chris Duarte driving down the lane for the one-handed stuff. Then it's Mathurin again pulling up for the three. He had 27 points in a game. Mathurin really looking good in this one. Cade Cunningham had 22. He gets the layup there. And Indiana's lead down to 7. Tyrese Halliburton off the dribble makes the three. 24 points, 10 assists in the game. Indiana gets the W. Your final score in this one, 124. Arrow averaging 23.5 points per game in his first 2 games. When the Magic taking on Jason Tatum, the Celtics looking for a 3-0 start to their season. Tatum brings the ball up floor, season opening, drives in the lane, lays it in. Then Marcus Smart finds Tatum, who stutter steps, and then makes a little bank shot. Tough shot. He gets to Foley to make the free throw as well. Boston up by 1. Franz Wagner bringing the ball up the court, drives down the lane. This is not soft. This is going in hard. Huge jam from Wagner, 18 points in the game. Banchero now dribbling between his legs, drives the lane for a lay-in and one. He had 23 points in the game. Terrence Ross grabs the long rebound and hits the pull-up three here. Then it's Cole Anthony rescuing the ball from out of bounds, passing to Ross, who stops to nail another big three. He had a team-high 29 points in the game. Then it's Banchero's turn in the fourth quarter, hitting a nice fadeaway. Tied at 102, but the Celtics were in the finals a year ago for a reason. Jason Tatum makes the pass from Marcus Smart, hits sweet fadeaway. Then Tatum to a cutting Derek White, who throws that one down. He had 27 points in the game. Then Tatum sidesteps, and boy, this is a nice little move here, hitting the fadeaway three to seal it. 40 points on 14 of 21 shooting. Boston gets the Raptors on the road in Miami, taking on last year's Eastern Conference finalists, the Heat, and it's Barnes getting things going. This is the good. He drives, makes the bucket plus the foul, but he'd injured his right ankle on the play. It was a hoop and harm. He'd missed the free throw. Here's another look. And right after that, he would leave the game ruled out with a right ankle sprain, so you're going to want to stick and stay with NBA.com for any updates on his condition. Jimmy Butler and the Heat looking good. And 51-50 at the half, Miami in control. Tyler Hero to Bam Adebayo for the one-handed flush, 76-52. Then things get pretty heated. Pascal Siakam misses a three. The Raptors' Christian Coloco fends off Caleb Martin while securing the rebound. Martin gets called for the loose ball foul and immediately goes over to Coloco after the play. Chaos ensues as Martin just tackles Coloco to the ground, and everyone on the floor scrambles towards those two players. Meanwhile, Kyle Lowry in the fourth gets a driving layup. Toronto view for the Chicago Bulls as they take on the Cleveland Cavaliers, and Levine looking comfortable. A little step back, knocks down the three. Then it's Levine pulling up for the mid-range jumper. He scores 23 points in his season debut. Chicago up by 7, but Cleveland starts to get it going. Donovan Mitchell knocks down a three-pointer. Then Kevin Love goes off the dribble and makes a three of his own. Cleveland 16 of 27 on threes in the game. They led it 23-19 at that point. Mitchell now soaring for the rebound, makes the long bounce pass to Evan Mobley, who stuffs that one home. Watch this one more time. Cleveland goes up by 13 after that jam. Still second quarter action. Mitchell, deep three now, and that one is cash at the break. Cleveland driving and throwing down the jam. Incredible hops here to crush that one home. Then Mitchell with the oop to Jarrett Allen for the jam as he sort of rolls to the bucket and throws that one home. Then Mitchell makes the three over DeMar DeRozan. Donovan Mitchell, 32 points, 9 rebounds, 8 assists, and the Cleveland loosened up before action tonight against the Houston Rockets, and it's a strong start for Giannis as he just bulldozes his way to the basket for the hoop and harm. Then in transition, little Euro step and a stuff there. Just an absolutely dominant player at the peak of his powers. 43-26 at that point. Jrue Holiday now draining the pull-up three. 19 points, 10 assists, 5 rebounds on the game. Jabari Smith grabs the rebound, and we go the other way. And the number 3 pick in the draft calmly, coolly, smoothly knocks down the three. He had a double-double in this one. 13 points and 11 rebounds. Giannis now knocking down a three-pointer. Then Giannis driving past the defense for the slam. 30th career 40-point game in this one for Giannis. He goes for 44 points. In the NBA going head-to-head, it's Luka Doncic and Ja Morant. We start you off with Ja Morant getting inside for the layup. He had 20 points in the game. Later, well, Luka gets going, and that's trouble. Luka Doncic drives inside for the strong layup. Then it's Luka knocking down the three from the wing, and it is guarded. It doesn't matter. Luka with the classic step back from the same spot, guarded again, same result. 21 points in the first quarter. So Ja had 20 in the game, Luka 21 in the first quarter. Luka to JaVale with the no-look pass for the jam. Luka, 3 more, that's cash. Luka passing out of a triple team to Christian Wood for the layup. 32 points, 10 assists, 7 rebounds for Luka Doncic. It's Luka over his head to Spencer Dinwiddie for 3. He knocks that one down. And then it's off a Mavs miss. Grizzlies getting the rebound, but guess who's there? Luka steal, Luka jam. And the Mavs on the break, and Luka hits the behind-the-back crossover and finds Christian Wood for the alley-oop stuff. Beautiful stuffing from Christian Wood. 25 points, 12 rebounds on the game for him. Dallas just blows out Memphis. Your final score in this one, 137. Champs and Nikola Jokic going to match wilt everyone away. Jamal Murray playing in his first home game since April 4th, 2021. Aaron Gordon misses the free throw. Michael Porter Jr. grabs the rebound, lays it in. Then Jokic finding Jamal Murray for the three-pointer. Murray had 16 points and 5 assists. Then it's Jokic faking and driving in for the take your time floater. That one goes down, and Jokic ties Wilt Chamberlain for 6th on the all-time list in triple-doubles with 78 career triple-doubles. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander backs down and hits a fadeaway jumper. Here he had 28 points on the game. Good Thunder ball movement, ends up with Jeremiah Robinson Earl outside for a 3. This capped off a 17-7 Thunder run. They go up by 3, but the Nuggets push back. Kentavious Caldwell Pope for 3. Then it's Jokic inside with the layup. He finished with 19 points, 16 rebounds, 13 assists. Denver, Kawhi Leonard and John Wall resting as they recover from those long-term injuries. 4th overall pick Keegan Murray making his NBA debut and looking good early on. Gets the 3 ball, knocks it down, then Kevin Huerter lobs it up to Murray, and Murray goes and gets it. He had 19 points in his NBA debut. Not bad at all. Sacramento up by 6. The Clippers, though, have this guy, Paul George. Money on the 3. Then George puts KZ Okpala on skates for the step-back 3. He had 19 points in the first half. Quarter winding down. De'Aaron Fox drives, spins, makes the layup. George. Nick Batum lobs it up, and there goes George going up and stuffing that one home. Then George spins and makes the tough jumper here. And then it's George driving inside for the Jam with less than 5 to go in the fourth quarter. This puts the squad up by 10. And George spinning inside for a layup. He had 40 points in this game, and that put the Clippers up by 7, just over 2 minutes to go. Team was down 5 late. De'Aaron Fox makes the baseline jumper. He had 36 in this one. Clippers lead at 3. Clippers up 3. Paul George, with the shot clock winding down, misses the 3, but Nick Batum is there to tip out the rebound, and this allows the Clippers to hang on and win by 2. Followed 0-3 start to the season as they take on Damian Lillard and the Portland Trail Blazers. We start you off with Lillard driving, hitting a tough hanging reverse layup, plus the foul. He missed a free throw. Then the Blazers on the move. Josh Hart finds Lillard for the pull-up 3. He had 14 points in the opening quarter. Then it's Lillard. Reeves misses the floater, but Anthony Davis there for the emphatic putback. Watch him hop up and bring that one home. Later, Kendrick Nunn lobs it up, you guessed it, AD. He's flying in the sky. He throws that one down too. Then Davis blocks Justice Winslow and then finds Austin Reeves for the 3. Anthony Davis, 22 points, 10 rebounds, 3 assists, 6 blocks in the game. Lakers up by 3. Now LeBron pulling up and knocking down a 3 here. Then Patrick Beverly finds LeBron cutting backdoor and just goes up and stuffs that one home. Then it's LeBron driving for the lefty layup plus the foul, just bulldozing through people. He'd make the free throw as well. Lakers with less than 5 to go, up by 8. But Damian Lillard steps back and hits a tough 3. Then Lillard pulls up and hits a big 3 with less than 30 seconds to go, giving Portland the lead. He had 41 in the game. But LeBron right back at him, driving to the hoop for the Jam. That ties the game up. LeBron, 31 points on the game. Now 7.7 seconds left. Jeremy Grant goes right around LeBron and finishes past AD for the layup, and Portland's up by 2. Now 3 seconds left. One last shot. Could LeBron be the hero here? So close, but no good. And Portland gets the win by 2, 106 to injury, as the Charlotte Hornets get set to take on the Atlanta Hawks and Trae Young. And Trae Young gets going early on, driving to the bucket for the layup. Then it's Trae Young to his new all-star backcourt mate, DeJounte Murray, knocking down the 3. And then Trae Young, deep 3-pointer off the offensive rebound, and that one goes down. He had 28 points and 9 assists. Murray, 19.7 rebounds and 5 assists. Meanwhile, filling in for LaMelo and filling in wonderfully is Dennis Smith, driving in for the layup. And James Bouknight pulls up for the corner 3-pointer. This part of a 16-0 run for Charlotte. Dennis Smith had 18 points, 6 assists, 3 steals in the game. Later in the second, Kelly Oubre pulls up for the fadeaway jumper. That's money. Charlotte, Jalen McDaniels finds Gordon Hayward. Gordon Hayward from the top of the key knocks down the 3. Then it's Oubre in transition for the triple. That goes down. And then after a missed layup, it's Nick Richards with the putback. He was 9 of 9 from the field, 20 points and 11 rebounds. Charlotte up by a cool 20. Kelly Oubre scored 24. There's a couple more as he knocks that bucket down. Charlotte gets the win, 120. The Cleveland Cavaliers, they're taking on the Washington Wizards, and we get you started. Jared Allen on the business end of an alley-oop. Then it's Robin Lopez making a little acrobatic shot inside the paint. Watch this one again from the masterful Robin Lopez. Yeah, take that one to the circus with you. Then it's Donovan Mitchell hitting the step-back 3-pointer, and at the half, Cleveland up by a half dozen, 57-51. And Mitchell going the other way. Nobody's going to catch him. He goes up and throws that one down. And Cleveland up by 8, but the Wizards hanging around because they've got an elite scorer like Bradley Beal. Just at the elbow there, knocking down the shot. He had 27. And then Donovan Mitchell turns the ball over, and Will Barton can score as well. He throws that one down. We're tied at 103. Cavs chance to win it. Donovan Mitchell shakes his defender with a smooth step back, but misses the 3 for the win. So what does that mean? Step back 3-pointer. He had a double-double in this one. Good performance from Porzingis. 18 points, 11 rebounds. Cavs close things out strong. Donovan Mitchell attacking the basket, laying that one in, plus the foul. He'd make the free throw. He had 37. Then Jarrett Allen with the one-handed jam. He had 15 points, 14 rebounds, 2 blocks. Long starts in this young season. Zion Williamson and the New Orleans Pelicans taking on the Utah Jazz. Watch this play closely. Lauri Markkanen tries to get the outlet pass up ahead. 2 Pelicans run into each other. Brandon Ingram takes the worst of it. You see him sort of wandering over to the bench after this. He came back for a little bit in the second quarter, but did leave again, evaluated for concussion-like symptoms. How about a Zion Williamson dunk? There he is on the break, throwing down. Then CJ McCollum throws the half-court lob, and guess who goes and gets it again? Zion just crushing that one home. 25.6 rebounds on the game. Lauri Markkanen now goes up for the dunk, but Devontae Graham gets in the way. Beautiful block there. Later, Kelly Olynyk drives and finds 12 rebounds on the game. Utah by 10 at the break. Jordan Clarkson drives and lays it in for the biggest lead for the Jazz at 17, 102-85 with less than 10 to go in the fourth quarter. Pelicans on the fast break. Zion Williamson goes up for the dunk, but he gets blocked and falls hard on his back. You can see squirming around on the floor there. Watch it again. Zion Williamson just sort of goes up with one hand, and it takes his legs out from under him. He would leave the game and not return. Posterior hip contusion. Stick and stay with NBA.com for any updates on his condition. CJ McCollum, runner off glass. Then Jose Alvarado dumps it off to Larry Nance Jr. for the jam. Then Larry Nance Jr. with the handoff to McCollum for the 3. And all of a sudden, New Orleans is up by 3, less than a minute to go. Jordan Clarkson now nearly throws it away, but Lauri Markkanen saves it, gets it back to Clarkson for the pull-up 3. Look at the time, just over 30 seconds to go, and we are tied. Clarkson 18 points on the game. Time winding down. Clarkson pulls up, fading to his right for the third time. In OT, off the inbounds, CJ McCollum drives and hits the runner off glass with just under 10 seconds to go. He had 28 points, 12 assists on the game. So now New Orleans up by 1. Kelly Olynyk gets the inbounds pass, fakes the handoff, drives for the finger roll, and the lead just sort of rumbling up to the basket, and it works perfectly. He had 20 points in the game, and suddenly the Pelicans looking like they're in trouble. No timeouts. Inbounding to CJ McCollum. McCollum hurries down court, shoots the running 3. It's Edwards and the Minnesota Timberwolves. We get started with Anthony Edwards, a little pump fake, and then driving to the basket for the nice little reverse. Then Edwards shows the handles and gets the tough layup to go down as well. Later, Anthony Edwards, the nice pump fake, then pulls up the jumper, knocks it down. He had 12 points in the first quarter, going 6 of 7 from the field. Second quarter, Josh Giddey, coast to coast, finishes with the layup there. He had 10 points, 5 assists. He would later leave in the third quarter with the right ankle split. Towns the ball in the paint, dishes a nice no-look behind the back to Rudy Gobert, who finishes with the easy layup, plus the foul. He'd missed the free throw. He had a double-double, 15 points, 15 rebounds. Lou Dort drives to the basket, right past everyone for the layup. He had 20. Minnesota by 6. Karl-Anthony Towns knocks down the 3 from the top of the key. 15 points, 8 rebounds. Minnesota by 8. Anthony Edwards stays hot, drains the 3-pointer with a hand in his face. Doesn't matter with that kind of talent. 30 points, 11 rebounds for Edwards. Minnesota gets the win on the road for Kings coaches Mike Brown and Leandro Barbosa to get their championship rings from last year with Golden State, and to watch the All-Star Andrew Wiggins hit that turnaround fadeaway later in the first. Well, De'Aaron Fox isn't bad either. Goes in for the floater. That goes down. We're tied at 23 apiece. And then a guy named Steph Curry happened. And when he happens, it's just basically unlike any other. Nailing a 3. Then Steph with another pump fake and a deep 3. And once the avalanche is started, you can't stop it. Steph, 3. Money again. This one just wide open. And Steph stops, steps back for 3. He had 21 points in the second quarter. 33 points in the game, just all over everywhere. Golden State scored 89. Jordan Poole drains the step back 3. Golden State goes up by 18. Poole, 24 points in the game. Here come the Kings. De'Aaron Fox feeds Kevin Huerter for the layup in transition. And that cuts the lead down to 6 with just under 2.5 minutes to go. Late in the fourth, Andrew Wiggins intercepts the pass And there he goes, playing such wonderful defense. He finishes with the stuff. He had 24 points, 5 rebounds on the game. Booker and the Phoenix Suns, and we start you off with the aforementioned Booker, who gets the steal and goes the other way, eventually driving in for the finger roll after a little hesitation move there. Then it's Booker getting in the lane for the jumper. Later, Chris Paul sends it over to Booker, and Devin Booker had 14 points in the opening quarter. After this one, it's 24-10, Phoenix in front in the second quarter. Kawhi Leonard drives down the lane for the tough layup and one. He'd make the free throw. The Phoenix up by 16 at that point. Paul George gets a steal. Kawhi Leonard then sends it to Norman Powell, and Norman Powell finishes off with the jam. 46-33 though, Phoenix still with that lead. DeAndre Ayton tips that little oop attempt Chris Paul for the pull-up jumper, and Chris Paul manages to create the space to knock that down. And then it's Devin Booker for 3, little head fake to create the space on that one. And then it's Booker creating more space as he just goes airborne to throw that one down. 82-67, Phoenix up by 15. Paul George to John Wall, and John Wall just blitzing through the lane there to lay that one in. And then Paul George pulls up for a 3. He had 16 points and 7 rebounds. Phoenix up by 10 at that point. John Wall swinging it to Marcus Morris for the 3. Phoenix still up by 14 after this one. Later, Chris Paul gets to the elbow, makes the jumper. He had 7 points, 11 assists, and 8 rebounds in this one. Phoenix up by 16, under 3.5 to go. Cam Johnson to Devin Booker for the 3. Booker, 35 points, 4 assists. Phoenix goes on to win it